Greetings to you, my sisters and brothers. I am Loey Powell, and I work for the United Church of Christ on issues of justice for women. I'm very pleased to support this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender Violence, which will end on December 10th, the day the Nobel Peace Prizes for 2011 will be awarded. This year, the recipients of the Nobel Peace Prize are three women whose efforts in peace building reflect the courage, tenacity, and creativity needed to bring about real peace and security in the world and in our communities. Each of these women demonstrates what is needed to bring women's rights and human rights into the struggle to end war, violent conflicts, militarism, and violence against women. Two of the women are from Liberia, where they led the effort of Liberian women to end the brutally violent rule of Charles Taylor and to set up a new government, now led by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, one of the recipients and the first woman to be a leader of an African nation. Loey is a single mother and was the primary organizer of the women's peace movement in Liberia, and she is also a recipient. The third woman, Tawakkal Karman, is from Yemen, where she has been instrumental in peace efforts there. In a recent interview in New York, just after she learned she had been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, Loey said this: "When men make peace, it's not total peace. When women and men make peace, it's what we call a holistic peace, because we're not just talking about guns coming down. It's talking about the children going back to school. It's talking about the broken women becoming whole again." In countries all around the world, women are key leaders in peace movements, even if we never hear of them. Women pay attention to the things that make families safe and healthy as essential elements of any lasting peace. They advocate for health care, including reproductive health care aimed at reducing maternal death rates and accessing family planning. They advocate for schools for their children. They advocate for clean water and sustainable land use. This is why it is critical that the United States sign the International Violence Against Women Act, the first country to do so that women will be included at peace tables all around the world. Please tell your senators to ratify the International Violence Against Women Act. In response to the systemic raping of women in Bosnia in the early 1990s under the dictatorship of Milosevic, we made these buttons in the United Church of Christ that say, "Women's bodies are not battlefields." Some of you may have watched the powerful film about what Bosnian women experienced then and how they are still trying to get their lives together now, which was aired on PBS recently in their series of films about women and war. Over the years, we have had to keep our stock of this button up because, unfortunately, it is still relevant. It was not until the late 1990s that the systemic rape of women in war was named a war crime and human rights violation. Today, these kinds of attacks still go on, not only during war, but also on our streets, in our cities and communities, and in our homes. Women's bodies are not battlefields. We are not bargaining chips. We are co-partners in building societies and nations that can live together respectfully and in peace. We hope that these videos will raise these issues for you, and you will learn more about gender violence and what can be done. Thank you, and please join us in ending gender-based violence.